A little later. Much later. Much later. Much later.
No. He tried it.
Eventually.
Hello and welcome. This is gonna be a conclusion video for Gladiator Bleed character that I showed you a couple of days ago. So this is my second 95 character. I named him after my first character because I got 5 link at level 94. Yeah, that's what happened. I was playing with a 4 link until then, and thanks to Gladiator's Bleed explosions, it will actually carry you a long way. So even a 4 link is enough to push depth around 200. You know, 83 master level is enough for leveling, obviously. So if you want to level to 95 and take, you know, part in that reward stuff, 95 level sets, stuff like that, so even a 4 link is enough. That's what I'm trying to say. But eventually I crafted this and linked this on my own because my RNG just sucks. I actually found lots of 5 links, you know, a body armor with evasion base, which is useless for me, a bow I believe I have a couple of more, but I'm not sure. Another bow, so all of them were evasion based, bows, maybe some two-handed, just random. This one corrupted, you know. I was very unlucky. But I got this after I linked here. But it was too late because I already linked this, so yeah. And I also got a tabula, which is useless pretty much. If you want to push high depths on a melee character, obviously. Because life and armor is obviously way better than a 6 link. Let's talk about what I did to improve the build, what I crafted. And I'm gonna also put some crafting clips after I'm done with talking. So yeah, you can watch those if you want to see some crafting. Because half of the gear I crafted myself, obviously. Because if you want to, you know, wait for some lucky drops, it can be very late, like this chest, you know. So if you don't want to wait to 94 like me, you just better start crafting some of your gear on your own. So again, quick recap. 300 DPS almost CJX. I crafted this with jacked fossils, so it was very easy actually. But I still loot CJXs and also vendor 5 of those to vendor, so you can get one new CJX. You can also use this on any kind of item. So if you vendor 5 of the same, you will get a new one, so make sure you also do those. But probably using jacked fossils is a guaranteed method to craft something good. So this is enough. I still couldn't find any elder based X's, so I cannot craft more bleed damage X, unfortunately. So yeah, this is what I went with. Helmet, found this from a fire warband room, so make sure you do those. Because these kind of physical damage from hits taken as fire is a very good way to improve your mitigation. Also got lucky and found some life and some dexterity. Shields, just some life resist and block chance. Block chance is very important actually, because right now with Tempest Shield and with once I get hit, I also get 8% additional block chance. So I will have a total 70%. 75 is cap normally, so I am almost at the cap. So 70% both block attack and block spell, which makes this build a lot tankier. So make sure you have some block chance on your shield, otherwise you will have lower block chance. So armor base probably the best, obviously. So I crafted this on my own. It is not that special. I am just very unlucky with the amulets. I used Pristine and Jacked to get physical and life. That mana leech actually helps, so it is also good, but you can also put mana leech on your jewels, so don't forget that. So just flat physical life, if you can find obviously resistance is also good. Make sure you get some intelligence, because some gems actually need some intelligence, like second wind, 48 intelligence, so it is not much, but an amulet like this is just enough. So body armor, I did this myself, so yeah, just some life and resist. I actually don't need some of these resist, I believe. Yeah, my fire resist is way overcapped. So note that I don't even have resist on my helm, on my amulet. And also this ring has very little resist, which is not needed at all because I am way overcapped on fire. So it is actually easy to cap your resistances in this build, because we also have lots of resistances on our talent tree from this block node here, 8%, and there is also here 5%. So 1% maximum resistances. This also has 10% resist. And also I am using this to avoid shock, and also 1% additional maximum. And this also has, yeah, 5% here, 5% here. So there are lots of resistances on our tree, and also here barbarism. So it's actually very easy to cap your resistances once you get some decent gear. So vulnerability ring, you can get this from physical runes. Those have red icon, so it is easy to spot. So this is just for some additional DPS. This is the best I could find. Flat physical is obviously good, and some resistances. Unfortunately no health, and the base also power ring, which is pretty much useless. So you can maybe find something better. Ring, again no life. So even without some life missing on my items, I still have more than 6k easily. Just some resistances. Chaos resist is also good, and some flat physical. You want some chaos resist for wall outpost monsters, and also some zombies leave caustic ground when they are dead. So yeah, some chaos resist is very crucial if you don't want to die to those stuff. Gloves again from physical room with bleed damage. This is not also that good, but it is enough. Some life resist, physical damage and bleed damage. You don't need that bleed chance, so this is just for some damage, because we are already capped at bleed chance. As you can see, 155%, way overcapped, so you don't need this kind of gloves for that bleed chance. This is just for some additional DPS, so if you can find anything like this from physical rooms, just go for it. So stick-in wise, you want to do some cities like Abyssal City or maybe Wall Outpost. Probably those chests also can drop this, I'm not sure. And you can also do Abyss rooms. They have some green icon, so that is how you can get a sticky invice. And eventually you want to craft it with chaos spam or maybe some resistance essences or maybe fossils, but probably essence or chaos spam is most efficient, because you want to save your fossils for maybe amulet crafting or maybe weapon, those kind of stuff. Usually, yeah, chaos spam is probably the most efficient. But I use some essences, and I got this on my last essence, luckily. Or if I couldn't get that, I would start using some chaos orbs. Normally, you can get something decent in under 30 chaos. Because I also did this same method in Mayhem League, and also do that occasionally on other leagues. So chaos spamming most of the time works pretty efficiently and also fast, so you don't burn that much chaos at all. So that's how you can craft a belt easily. And finally, boots, just movement speed resist, same stuff. I actually forgot to quality this. Look at that, I totally missed that. So Flasks, life with bleed, granite with curse. You want curse immunity. For that, some, there are some rooms that has like ghosts that throws ethereal knives, so those ghosts also cast curses, so you want to be immune to curse. Maybe there are some other places that I forgot, I'm not sure, but at least those rooms have some curse monsters, so yeah, you want curse immunity in delves. And also rogue exiles also cast vulnerability, stuff like that, which can be very deadly, so you must have a curse mask. Quicksilver with movement speed, obviously. Some freeze immunity. I'm using quartz for some dodge, but that's not the most important. The most important thing is the phasing. So you don't get body blocked at all. So it is very important for delves. Probably a must for any kind of build right now in delves. You can also get this one for only 1 point, or maybe just get the entire 3 nodes for 30% phasing chance on kill. So this is also very good. So Wind Dancer is pretty much a go for any kind of build these days. If your talent tree is suitable, just get this, and also you can get this. Maybe don't use a quartz flask, or you can also do that. So phasing is very important in delves. And basalt with additional armor. So you pretty much want to stack your armor. So your molten shell, which is on my chest when damage taken somewhere, I'm not sure. Yeah. So right now I believe. My multi-shell is like 3.7k life absorption, something like that, so almost 4k life absorption. Yeah, pretty big. So you want to stack some armor for that. That's why I rolled an armor basalt flask. You can also roll this on any other kind of flask, it doesn't even matter. So let's check with flasks up. You can see I have 1500 armor easily. What else? Cast when damage taken, multi-shell, faster attacks, blood magic, blood rage for faster attack, and also what's that? Friends charges and leap slam. So it is actually free this way, but it is not that important because we have a lot of mana left. So your blood rage doesn't have to be on a blood magic, but it is good for leap slam. You can also play with a dash. I don't like dash at all, so I am trying to avoid it on most of my builds. The downside with leap slam is you want a seismic cry for your buffed earthquakes. So leap slam is also a slam skill, so it actually consumes those charges. As you can see, I used all of those with leap slam. But the character is very fast with Quicksilver and also Onslaught, which is on my belt jewel. 5% chance to gain Onslaught for 4 seconds on kill. So character is very fast while delving. So actually I'm not leaping that much. I sometimes leap to catch my card, stuff like that. So yeah, you can also use the Onslaught Flask if you want, or you can also get this bottom part of the wheel, the X wheel, which has a 10% chance to gain Onslaught for 4 seconds on kill. But this bottom part actually provides very little DPS, so it is actually a waste of points in my opinion. But if you want that Onslaught for free, if you still don't have an Abyss Jewel, maybe, you can just get this part. So yeah. So you can also use a dash, yeah. Second wind, Enduring Cry, Seismic Cry. This is for DPS. Obviously, you want to use this at all times, because without this, your damage will be way lower. So make sure you keep an eye on your stacks, or just press it occasionally. So don't forget to refresh your Seismic Cry buffs, exert attacks. It is also 5 attacks thanks to this here. Warcries exert 1 additional attack, so it is normally 4. Enduring Cry for generating your endurance charges, which we can already generate thanks to this here. But it is good once you load into a new zone and maybe you just started killing monsters, so you can just Enduring Cry at the first big pack to get all your charges, and then this will carry you because this will refresh the rest, so you don't need Enduring Cry anymore. But Enduring Cry also heals you a lot, so as you can see, it heals you like 2k life in 1 second, so it has a very big burst heal. So yeah, very good. But if you don't want to play with Enduring Cry at all, you can actually get Call to Arms, which makes Warcries instant, but they share cooldown, so you need to use only one Warcry. So you can only use Seismic Cry, and you can even press it while moving, so you don't have to stop at all. So yeah, you can also do that, but Enduring Cry sometimes is very useful, so I want to play like this. Earthquake, less duration obviously, otherwise it will be very... let me just show you. So normally once you hit Earthquake, you will get an aftershock. As you can see, with a delay, without this, it will be something like this, which will be just shit, yeah. There's no other explanation. So this is a must. Fortify obviously. Fist of War, the red ancestral that you can see when I'm attacking. So the thing about Fist of War is it has, where's that? Ancestrally boosted slams deal 100% more damage with ailments. So this is how you can apply big bleeds. So yeah, this is for some more bleed damage. And Brutality for more physical damage. If you have a 6 link, you can use a melee physical, or I actually leveled it somewhere, but I'm not sure. Yeah, melee physical. If you have a red color, or if you have a green color, or you can maybe color it on your own, you can also use a deadly ailment. So these are both viable options. Actually, melee physical provides more DPS, but the thing about deadly ailments, and you will probably see on the leaderboard that most people are using deadly ailments. That is probably because this where's that? Supported skills deal 10% less damage with hits, so you don't one-shot monsters with your initial hit. Because aftershock is the biggest damage, obviously, but also this initial hit, as you can see, the first hit, is also hits a little. If you kill a monster with that, it won't get exploded because it won't count the bleed. Where's that? So bleeding enemies you kill explode. So if you kill something with this first hit, it won't get bleed because it will die with one shot. So yeah, so you won't get explode going. But if you are pushing high delve, so even maybe deeper than 200, monsters will have obviously maybe more health. So you cannot actually kill with this initial hit. But this deadly ailment is actually for that, in my opinion, to reduce your initial hit and buffing bleed, so you don't get you don't one-shot monsters. Yeah. So melee physical or deadly ailments, just pick whatever you want. Vengeance, life gain on it. So because we are a gladiator, our counter attacks deal double damage. So Vengeance is a passive skill that triggers automatically once you get hit, I believe. Where is that? Yeah, when you are hit. So this actually deals a lot of damage. I recognize that. It almost one-shots normal monsters. And I also attached life gain on it for some regeneration. That's it. This is not that important, but you can do this. You can even link more stuff, I believe, to Vengeance if you want. So cast when damage taken on a level 1 and the Tempest Shield for that additional 3% block. So this is very important. This is actually very useless. I'm not sure why I have this. So Ancestor Worship with a blind. We are already blinding enemies with our Sand, Flesh and Stone. I just use this. Sometimes the monsters attack Ancestor Worship, so it actually tanks a little, but it is not that tanky. So you can use this if you want, or just don't use it. Yeah, because it is pretty much useless. You can also use a decoy totem if you want, and that should be even better because with a one-handed and also no links on an Ancestor Worship, this actually don't deal that much damage at all. Yeah, so pretty much useless. So just use whatever you want. Warbanner, Flesh and Stone and Pride for our buffs, and that's pretty much it. Finally, if you haven't watched the first video, I've just mentioned some key notes that I picked specifically for delving to make this character tankier. Because as you saw at the beginning of the video, I only died once, and that was while leveling. I didn't die after level 12 or 15, something like that. I just died at very early, you know, like level 5 or level 6, because I didn't buy any flares. I totally forgot it, and I just get stuck and died to darkness debuff. So you can see I only died once, so it's actually deathless overall, because I don't count that. I just died at level 5 or something like that, yeah. So maximum resistances is obviously very important, and also this gives you a lot of shock avoidance, which is very important for delving. Actually I have a spare flask here that I rolled armor, so you can actually roll shock here. So you can maybe dump this and use that if you want. Note that I am not immune to shock actually, only 70%, but that is actually enough. But you can also do that and save those 4 points if you want. This also gives some resistances and also +1 maximum, so don't forget those. They are actually very important. Wind Dancer. We don't have evasion obviously, but this is just for that less damage taken if you haven't been hit recently. So it sometimes mitigates some big damage. So maybe you got hit by a spike on the ground or something like that, so it actually helps a lot. Life and also more avoid ailments, so this is actually very good combined with this. So this is how you can get a lot of avoidance. Obviously we are immune to chill and freeze thanks to our flask, but for that ignite and shock, these two wheels actually provides a lot of avoidance. So some block here, also some damage. Block one-handed, life, exert war cry for boosting our seismic cry. Bleed +1 maximum, life. So fortify wheel, this is very important for mitigation, so make sure you get this if you don't want to die. Because fortify is pretty much busted, so even getting this, we are not even a champion. So yeah, fortify is a very good way to mitigate some hit damage. That is what keeps you alive. Yeah. Another bleed note. Shield, physical damage stuff. Also 5% chance to gain endurance charge on kill. This is very important. Also more block chance. Again, block chance and resistances. So this is how you can get a lot of block. Life, endurance charge, obviously. You can even get this here. But physical damage isn't an issue, so I only got one endurance charge, because this also gives some regeneration. So that's why I only get this one. If you have some good jewels, you can also go for jewels here and here. I couldn't craft that much jewels, and I didn't bother actually. I only crafted this. It's some physical damage and overtime multiplier. Yeah, because this was only 1 point, so yeah, I only got these jewels over there. X wheel, the top part is important, the bottom part isn't that important, as I already said. This is for some bleed damage also. Bleed you inflict deals damage 50% faster. This is very important. This provides a lot of DPS. Life resist, stun immunity. We are actually stun immune if we block, but with, from the other hits that you don't block, you can get stunned easily. So because there are lots of monsters in delves and you can get body blocked at a lot of times, yeah. So this is actually very helpful. But I actually haven't tried without playing this after I got 70% block, so I'm not sure. You can just try that, and if you see you don't get stunned at all, just don't take this. So maybe that evasion from Wind Dancer maybe can help. Or you can even use a Jade Flask without this, because this actually negates your evade chance. So yeah, you can try that. Resolve technique for 100% chance to hit, so you don't miss at all, as you can see. Another Warcry build for some cooldown and also 10% life recover once you use a Warcry, which is good. Life, Jewel Socket, and life. So that's it. I already leveled 2 different gladiators, so I will probably do something different because maybe you saw I got some other items here. The Terminus Est, a Devoto. So maybe I will play a Cyclone. Yeah, we will see. So as I already said, maybe I will put some. Yeah, I will probably put some craft clips, the crafting of the spells, amulet maybe, something like that. You can watch those if you want. And thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.